What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the greatest city in the world, Wrestling City. As always, I am Taylor, and today we are going to be reacting to the best of WWE in 2024. We are just 2 days away from the end of the year, and we have seen some incredible moments in the year of 2024, and I expect 2025 to be even better. It's been a while since I've done one of these reaction videos, but just got a new laptop, finally got a new mic, and I'm ready to get into this. So let's not waste any time. But before we get into this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Come join the greatest city in the world, Wrestling City, for all of your wrestling content. Make sure to like this video. With all that being said, let's jump into this.
Off is the direction you can.
The last year has been wild for the WWE, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the best of WWE in 2024, starting with the best match. We've seen a lot of great wrestling matches with the WWE the past year. The nominees are CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. These two had a fantastic...
Without a doubt. I mean, if you are going to put the best, if you're going to have a top matches in WWE in the year 2024, I mean, this has to be at the top. This match, this Hell in a Cell match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, for every list, this has to be at the top of the list. I mean, great. It's just a great match for the storytelling itself. I mean, I go back and watch this match. I think I've gone back and watched this match maybe 5 times now, and this match happened 2 months ago, and I've already gone back and watched it 5 times. That's just how good it is, and it's just every time I watch it, I fall in love with it even more, man. Fantastic match.
Feud that brutally culminated inside Hell in a Cell. The next nominee is a tag team match between Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. This was 45 minutes of pure chaos from 4 of the biggest names in the business. It was also The Rock's in-ring return after 11 years. I think he did.
Yeah, I think he's about to say what I'm about to say. You know, missing 11 years of The Rock, I think this was the perfect spot for him to be in a match, because you know he's up there in age. He hasn't had a match in 11 years, but I mean, all 4 of them absolutely killed it in this match, and at that time it was probably one of the best matches of the year so far. I mean, it was in April, so I mean, yeah, I mean, I think if would I put it at number 2, I think there's a couple matches that I'd put above this one, maybe Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles at Backlash. I mean, there were a couple TV matches that we had, like on Raw and SmackDown, but hopefully some of those get mentioned here, but let's see.
Did a really good job and proved that he could still go in that ring. Many fans say this was the best match of WrestleMania 40. If not that, others will argue and say that the next nominee was actually the best match of WrestleMania, and that is Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns,
100%.
Part 2 for the WWE
100%.
Championship. But is it the best match of 2024? AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes at Backlash also makes the case for being the best bout of the year. These two clearly had all the chemistry in the world, and
this is my second best match of the year. They had a fantastic match, and that crowd just made it 10 times better. I just want to go back to this day just one more time, and just not just this match, but I want to watch that entire PLE. I mean, just that crowd. I hope we can get one more, I mean, not even one more, multiple PLEs in France, because they absolutely were on fire the whole time. I just wanted one more I would love to see in France.
The loud France crowd only made it better. Coming back to WrestleMania 40, and there's another banger that happened on that show. It was Gunther defending his IC title against Sami Zayn. There was no better way to end this historic title reign than by having this match take place.
So this weekend, it was WrestleMania weekend, and we did a live reaction for the Night 1 main event and the Night 2 main event. But I really wish we would have got our reaction to this match. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Ryler that happy in my life. I mean, he marked the fuck out. I mean, I just wish we would have got that on video. I mean, I was shocked. I mean, my jaw literally hit the floor when Sami Zayn beat Gunther this night. I wish we got our reaction to this one. It was a fantastic match, though. Incredible. I mean, but that's kind of what you expect from a Gunther match. He's always going to put on a banger.
We also have another Gunther match as a nominee. Gunther versus Damian Priest at SummerSlam deserves to be considered one of the best matches of 2024. I actually think they stole
Without a
that
doubt.
show at SummerSlam.
By
And then
far.
finally, we have Gunther versus Randy Orton in Berlin. This was a good old classic.
Like I said, if Gunther's going to have a match, it's going to be a banger no matter what. I mean, he could have a match with me, and it'd still be a banger. That's just how good he is. I've never even had a match in my life, so that just, I mean, Gunther's that good where I could probably get in the ring with him, and he'd put on an absolute banger.
Wrestling match that the next generation of wrestlers should study for years to come. And the winner of the match goes to CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at WWE Bad Blood. This match single-handedly restored the prestige of the Hell in a Cell match. It was
Yes,
violent, it was bloody, and it was a match that was just absolutely perfect. We're never
That spot right there when Drew McIntyre went for the Claymore and hit the steel steps, man, I just cringe every time. It makes my back hurt. I can't imagine what that felt like. Oh, hit the edge of the steps on your back, the lower part of your back. These guys beat the hell out of each other, and I enjoyed every single second of it. Match of the year without a doubt. Without a doubt.
We're going to forget about this classic 5-star match. The next award is for the best heel turn of 2024. There's been a lot of great ones. Let's get to the nominees. The first one is Dominic Mysterio when he betrayed Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. He's the first heel to turn heel. I've never seen someone turn more heel, but somehow Dom did it. The next one is probably the saddest heel turn. It's the New Day.
This right
turning on-
here. Yep, this right here is by far the best heel turn of the year. I mean, now Dom turning on Rhea and then aligning herself with Liv, I called that before it happened, and still, I was still shocked. But this right here, I was shocked. I was sad. I mean, oh, man, what a heartbreaker it is. You just got to feel for Big E, man. And fuck the New Day for doing this, man. Come on. What are you guys thinking?
on Big E. They told him they did not need him anymore because he was...
Fun little fact, I was actually at that SmackDown where he broke his neck, and where I was kind of sitting up high, and I saw it happen, and as soon as it happened, I turned to my dad and I said, I think he just got hurt real bad, and it turned out that he broke his neck. I mean, that's crazy that I probably saw Big E's last match. I'm hoping that's not the case. I really hope that we get to see him return. I think that he will return after that promo that he had with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods during that split up, but I just really hope we get to see him in the ring at least one more time. That sucks that if he had to end his career on that note.
It's basically broken and useless. This actually hurt a lot, and I hope it leads to a Big E return sometime down the line.
I think
After
it will.
that, we have The Rock turning heel at the WrestleMania press conference after slapping Cody Rhodes in the face. Then we have Kevin Owens, who shocked everyone when he betrayed Cody Rhodes in the parking lot after Bad Blood went
Man.
off the air. KO's heel turn.
Man, there were a lot of great heel turns this year. I mean, all these that you've just named, I mean, either one of these, in my opinion, deserve to be the best turn of the year, but I'm going to have to go ahead and say that the best turn of the year would have to be Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods turning on Big E, but let's see what this guy says.
Makes a lot of sense. Who's upset with Cody for teaming with Roman Reigns after the Bloodline has been making Kevin's life hell for many years now. And finally, we have Liv Morgan, who turned earlier this year. She attacked Rhea Ripley and then took her title. She took her dom-dom, and eventually she even took her faction. The winner of this award goes to The Rock. The final boss was one of the greatest runs we've ever witnessed. I think it might even be the best version of The Rock in the history of WWE. This man was going around slapping people, dropping F.
Now that's a hot take right there, if I've ever heard one. I mean, yeah, the heel turn, it was good, but for me, just the emotion, the roller coaster of emotions that we got in that New Day split up, that right there is the best heel turn of the year for me. But
F-bombs.
Because this is what happens when you with the final boss.
This was a
You know
great
that?
moment.
I don't around, okay? You count,
He killed
you're
it.
fired.
Calling crowds a bunch of addicts and fat asses.
#1 city for cocaine and meth use is Phoenix, Arizona.
And made Cody Rhodes bleed. I'd even say that this might be
Classic
the best
Hollywood
heel turn of
rock.
all time. On to the next award, and we have the best rivalry of the year. The first nominee is Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. These two carried over their feud from 2023 into 2024, and we got a big rematch. I think it's important to include this feud considering the importance of that title match. That's not the only Cody Rhodes nominee. We also have his feud with The Rock, which was even better. The final boss made it his mission to destroy.
I was at that SmackDown when I was at that SmackDown too when The Rock returned. Man, what a moment that was. I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about that night. I want to go back to that night so bad. look at Cody's face, man. We all thought it was over at this point. Man.
Cody Rhodes, after he refused to give him the WWE Championship match, it would lead to a fun road to WrestleMania with The Rock assaulting Cody, throwing trash cans, and hearing this line.
Or is it just going to be LDS, little syndrome?
The next nominee is Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. This feud started in January and it ended.
This is the feud of the year in all of professional wrestling. No feud has even come close to topping this feud, and I don't think we'll see a feud top this one in a long time, in my opinion. Maybe once we get The Rock and Roman Reigns, but I don't even know if that'll be able to top this feud. I mean, this feud
in
went
October, it was full of hate and bad blood. McIntyre kept getting screwed, and things got personal with a bracelet. We also got a strap match as well as the Hell in a Cell fights. After that, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan deserves a nomination. It's hard to top a love triangle with Dominic Mysterio.
Now, I will admit that this feud, it was good, but I just hope that once they have that match on Raw on Netflix debut, I just hope that's the end of it. I think this feud just needs to end. It's getting pretty repetitive at this point. So, I mean, it was a good feud, but I'm just tired of it now at this point. So, hopefully, fingers crossed that the Raw on Netflix debut is the last time we see of Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan in the ring together for a long time.
And the last nomination goes to the OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline. We got the rise of Solo Sikoa. Then there was the addition of Jacob Fatu, and then the fun reunion of the OG Bloodline. That was a great rivalry and storyline, but the winner has to be Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. A close second would probably be The Rock and Cody Rhodes. We saw some really good pay-per-views in 2024. Here are the three nominees. The first one is WrestleMania 40. SummerSlam also deserves a spot because there were so many twists and turns, and the last nomination goes to Backlash for the quality of wrestling in that ring, as well as the greatest crowd of all time. While SummerSlam and Backlash were some of the best nights of the year.
Man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna be honest. That's a tough one right there. I'm gonna have to go with WrestleMania 40. I mean that Mania is just. I mean it's a great Mania. I think both nights were great. I mean I know the crowd for night one wasn't so hot because the cold weather, but Backlash. I would put Backlash 2, so I'd have WrestleMania 40 as number 1, and then Backlash 2, and then SummerSlam 3. But let's see what
here,
Yes, it's the
it does
winner.
not top WrestleMania 40. We had a bunch of great wrestling. The best stories would culminate at the grandest stage of them all. There were plenty of shocking returns. The Rock competed in that squared circle. Damian cashed in his Money in the Bank
Great
briefcase,
moment
and
right
Cody
there.
Rhodes finished his
Another
story. This
great
card
moment.
was amazing from top to bottom. I hope WrestleMania 41 can be as good as 40. WWE was full of some unforgettable moments in 2024. There were so
Without a
many that
doubt.
we have 17 nominations for the best moment. The first one is
17.
this F20 from Oba Femi. I thought the F5 was cool until I saw this move. Next up is the New Day turning on Big E. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston betrayed their
Don't
best friend
remind me
because he broke his
again.
neck. That's a crazy reason to hate someone, but hey, it was an emotional moment that was
can't
one of the
watch
best
that.
things we saw in 2024. Although the Wyatt Six lost a lot of momentum, they had one of the coolest debuts of all time. The visuals of Chad Gable and everyone else in Gorilla was awesome to see. We can't forget about Chelsea Green's iconic Money in the Bank moments. This looked like
Yeah.
it hurt a lot. There's 2 Bronson Reed nominees. One of them is when he hit Seth Rollins with 6 tsunamis in a row. The crowd was eating it up and it instantly turned him into a star.